Some stories come to you not to teach, but to remind, to whisper something your heart already knows but has forgotten. This is one such story for those who look at others and think, they must be happier than me. High above a quiet forest, under the shade of an old tree, sat a raven, dark, lonely, and full of sorrow. He looked at his reflection in the water and thought, "Why was I made this way?" And as he cried softly into the wind, his tears fell upon the cheek of a monk meditating below. The monk opened his eyes and looked up. "My friend," he said gently, "why are you crying?" The raven's voice trembled. "No one loves me. Everyone hates me. When people see me, they chase me away. I eat leftovers and live in shame. It would be better if I were dead than to live such a cursed life." The monk's heart filled with compassion. He said softly, "My friend, happiness does not come from what we have or what we lack. It comes from how we see. But if you truly wish to know what makes happiness, go and ask the ones you envy." The raven blinked. "What do you mean?" The monk smiled. "Tell me, what would you like to be?" The raven thought for a while and said, "A swan. Everyone admires the swan. Its feathers are white as milk, its life graceful and pure. If I could be a swan, I would finally be happy." The monk nodded. "Very well. But before I make you one, go and ask the swan whether he is happy. I will wait for you here." The raven spread his wings and flew away, hope flickering in his heart. By noon, he found a swan gliding on a still pond. The swan's feathers shone in the sunlight like pearls on water. The raven landed nearby and said with admiration, "Oh, beautiful swan, you must be the happiest bird in the world. The villagers adore you. They come just to see your beauty. You live such a peaceful, graceful life." The swan smiled faintly, but his eyes were sad. "My friend," he said, "I once thought I was happy too. But look around. The world is filled with colors. Red, blue, yellow, gold. And I am only white. No color at all. My beauty feels empty. I think the parrot must be happier with his bright feathers and joyful songs." Hearing this, the raven thanked him and flew off to find the parrot. When he found one sitting on a tree, the raven said, "Oh, parrot, you are so colorful and full of life. Surely you must be the happiest bird on earth." The parrot sighed. "If only that were true. People love my colors and my voice so much that they lock me inside a cage. I live in fear that someone will capture me. Freedom, my friend, is more precious than beauty. I believe the peacock must be the happiest, for he has both beauty and admiration." The raven nodded, though disappointment stirred in his heart. Still, he flew on, searching for the peacock. He finally found one in a zoo. Hundreds of people had gathered around, pointing, clapping, admiring his shimmering feathers. When the crowd left, the raven flew closer and whispered, "Dear peacock, look at you radiant and grand. People come from far away just to see your beauty. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The peacock lowered his head. "My friend," he said softly, "every day people pluck my feathers to make decorations. Every day I perform for their amusement. My beauty has become my prison. I am locked in this cage because of what others admire." He paused, his voice trembling with truth. "You, raven, you are the only bird I have seen that no one tries to catch. No one cages you. You can fly wherever you wish. For days I have watched you and thought, if only I were a raven, I would finally be free." Oblu. The raven was stunned. He had spent his whole life hating his darkness, envying the light in others, only to realize that while they were admired, they were also trapped. That evening, he returned to the monk. The sun was setting, and golden light poured over the forest. The monk looked up as the raven landed near his feet. "Well, my friend," he asked gently, "did you find happiness?" The raven bowed his head. "Master, I understand now. I don't want to be anyone else. The swan wants colors. The parrot wants freedom. The peacock wants peace. And all this time, I already had what they longed for. I am free." The monk smiled, his eyes kind. "Yes, my friend, happiness was never in what you lacked. It was in what you forgot to see." The raven looked up at the sky, wide, open, infinite, and for the first time, his wings felt light. He spread them and rose into the air, not to escape, but to embrace the life he already had. That night, the forest heard his song, not a cry, but a celebration. The raven, once burdened by comparison, had finally learned the simplest secret of joy. Freedom is not in having everything. It is in being thankful for what is already yours. If you are ever tempted to compare your life with someone else's, remember, you are seeing their surface, not their silence. Every life carries a burden you cannot see. Someone you envy may be praying for the very things you take for granted. Stop comparing. Start appreciating. Happiness is not hidden in another life. It blooms quietly in your own. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who feels lost today. And don't forget to subscribe to Wordy Tales, where every story reminds you that joy begins the moment you stop wishing to be someone else.